Real talk, the metaphor messiah, man. I got this one. Let's go. You ever seen the morning star? Mr. Metaphor Messiah, back to show you who we are. I represent a legacy, up high here like the 70s. A different kind of mind, they say we only speak in melodies. Legend in the game, I think I found a solution. Got a crazy kind of flow, I need a verbal institution. Monster on the mic, I feel like hip-hop then adopted me. You pussy niggas shook, you let them turn this to a mockery. I give a fuck about their recognition. I'm trying to spit the fucking truth, somebody get the message. These politics, they overstate the obvious. They shooting like Stoyakovich, it's war on every continent. Deeper than you know, I'm what you hate if you the government. Young black with heart, I put a hex on the establishment. Niggas playing patty cake and I was trying to regulate. A lot of them are emulate, but none of them are demonstrate.
Like, oh my God, I'm with a white honky. How we doing tonight, guys, on a Saturday? Seshy night. It's a Seshy Saturday, and I hope you guys are ready, in the mood, and all that jive. And if you're not, don't worry. Give us a few. We'll get you there. It's me and the Drew Man, and he's, as always, he is sharing. How you doing, pal?
Hey, I'm doing good. I hope you're well.
I'm very well. It's a wonderful Saturday. I've had a crazy week. You heard what happened earlier in the week, that I was attempted robbed? Did you see this shit?
Yeah. You managed to stop the guy?
I had to put a guy through a door. I've been fucked up since. My hip is just fucked. I think I may have given myself another hernia. I've had 8 hernias.
Well, you did a good thing.
I did. I'm glad that I did it, but I mean, I also could have died. But I've had 8 surgeries and 8 hernia surgeries and 11 hernias total. It's like I've had a lot of hernias. For me, it's like I breathe wrong. It's like hernia. So I'm fairly certain I got another one because I am.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know what a hernia is.
So you ready for this? Like most people don't know what a hernia is. I'm going to describe it in what it is, and listen to how horrific this sounds. You have an abdominal lining, right? Like you have this abdominal wall down in your guts. Right. So that gets punctured. You get a hole just knocked right into that motherfucker, and then your intestinal lining tries to knuckle through it. That's what a hernia is. It's a kink in your intestinal lining going through a hole in your wall. It's fucking shit. And there's a few different types that you can get. You can get them high up into your guts and into your abdomen and shit. You can get them down into your testicles. Here's a little known Dead on Dave fact. My first hernia, which was at 10 years old, they found in that hole my testicle. Because my testy never dropped. I only had one until I was 10 years old. I was a uniballer.
They found it.
Yep. They found it in my hernia. Yes. They found it right up in that motherfucker. And they put it back in my ball sack. Everything's fine. I got one gigantic one, Drew, and one like fucked up one. It's messed up. I can't even have a woman suck on it, Drew, because I feel
still messed
ashamed.
up now.
Yeah. I mean, like as I've gotten older, I feel I had my kid and everything, and I think now that I've had my kid, my nuts know I'm not having another one. So the one that was fucked up.
How would they know that?
Nuts know.
How would they know the difference between when you
no.
jack off into a cup and when you jack off into some chick's
Testicles
pussy?
no, Drew. I'm very close with my genitalia. I mean, we're tight, son. We speak on a daily basis. We keep each other in the loop, and I make sure that he's happy. So I got one that's like draining away. I got one that kind of looks like Voldemort's head in the first couple of Harry Potter movies. It's all fucked up. I don't even like a woman sucking on that one. I'll be like, nah, stick to the right one. It's big. It's big. It's a mouthful. It's a mouthful. How you doing, Drew?
Yeah, good. It's a good way to start the stream. So, guys, tonight we're doing bud phones.
Yes, this is a perfect night for anything that you have in the bud realm. Don't worry, we'll use our regular terminology here in a few minutes. But any bud-related questions, if you use best ways, methodology, whatever you might have growing, Drew is a fucking expert of experts. So it's like, this is a great opportunity, and him and I will also talk, and I'm sure get a little wasted. Now, you just got off a stream yourself a few minutes ago, didn't you, bud?
Yeah, like half an hour ago.
What were you doing?
Literally same old, smoking up, answering people's questions. But the difference is here, we get to actually speak to people, over Discord and stuff. Like people can call in and like actually have a conversation. Yeah. And the one thing I noticed was that obviously every time I come on here anyway, even if it's at the end of somebody's stream, everyone ends up calling in and asking bare questions about weed. So why not make it a segment? And then in future, obviously, when the normal Saturdays happen and Rivy's here and everything, we can do our little bud phone section for what, like half an hour, 40 minutes or something, and I can clip it, put it on my channel, and it'll be pretty sick.
I think that's perfect. I love it. Because that's really what we've been, chaos more than I would have liked lately. But with everything that's been going on, it's been just that way. Everyone's been jumping on shows, and it's been fun. But the intention was always to have a little bit of identity between each show. First half hour, 45 minutes, really be about that person. And Riv and I have talked about it. We're actually fixing that in the next week. So excited about all that stuff, because I couldn't agree with you more, Drew.
Yeah, I think it's just a really good segment because, I mean, even on my end, like there's certain weeks where I'll be so busy and like working on stuff that I don't even post myself, and I'm always here. So if I can clip the thing from here, then we're always good.
Drew, you see this? Are you looking at your screen?
The cigarette, that's a really nice cigar.
Yeah, it is a goddamn cigar.
Cuban cigar.
I'm very upset that it's a cigar.
Yeah, for the first 15 minutes or so of the stream, so YouTube can understand with their AI, it's a cigar.
It's a cigar. It's covered in all kinds of stuff, but I'm not happy with it because that means it's a goddamn tobacco wrap. I think it is actually one.
Is it actually? Wait, it's not actually a tobacco wrap.
I'm hoping it's not. It looks very thick. This is crazy.
No. So what it is they get that, they roll it in oil, and then they roll that in keef.
Yeah, no, I know that, but I mean like the wrapping itself. This isn't just like a joint. You know, I've made these. Should just
be a paper.
No, this is hard. This is like a blunt wrap. I mean, I've smoked them.
Yeah,
it's definitely
the top looks like. Wait, show me the top again.
Yeah,
show me the top.
It's even got like the little wrapping there, this elephant thing. See, look at the top of that. It's hard as fuck too. See the thickness of it?
I don't know.
It's pretty thick.
I think it's just.
Oh, that's hard as fuck. Well, if it's paper, that's the hardest paper ever. But I did get it from a 6'4" dude who's smoking a fucking blunt. So I have no idea. He said cherry the fuck out of it.
But yeah, so I mean, I guess it's more of like an open thing. If anyone wants to call in about any questions, obviously, Dave, your Discord is in the description, right?
Yes, it is. And mods, make sure to go ahead and throw it in there.
Yeah, and then you can always join, and we can answer a question that you may have, whether it's the most beginner question ever, or whether it's the most out there question that you're like, holy shit, only Drew would know the answer to this. Anything.
Oh yeah, the tip gives it away, but the other end gives it away. Look at that.
Yeah, but the tip can always just be like, they can do this thing with the tips where they can be like different than the.
Oh yeah, like a crutch. Yeah, I know that, but this is attached. I can see where the.
Oh, that is the actual paper there.
Yeah,
that is
it's attached. Thing. Yeah, I can see that. It's attached.
It must be hemp. That must be hemp. Then
I'm hoping it is. I'm gonna know in a second because I'm allergic to tobacco. So we're gonna find out real quick. We're gonna find out very quickly.
For the purposes of YouTube, though, it is a cigar. It is tobacco,
and I'm not allergic to it. They can't get me on it.
Yeah, and I'm smoking a vape, an Elf bar.
Yep, and it's a good, clean, healthy vape. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. The week that I've had, this is the perfect ending. I mean, like I couldn't ask for a better ending to this week than hanging out, having a sesh, talking with my buddies, and really getting into the finer points of ganja. Because, I mean, like we've talked about it. I know how much it's affected your life, and I've talked about it many times mine. This is my saving grace. This is the thing that has helped me have a life again. And that's no exaggeration. It's really an incredible miracle fucking product.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've had the exact same. I have a tattoo. Like, I don't know if you've seen it, but I have a tattoo for this exact reason.
See, you're more committed because I can't do the tattoos. I don't know. I have something wrong with me. I don't know. I never want to get them. No, very true. But I'm like scared of them. I don't know what it is. I used to not be able to even have marker or have paper on me. I was very weird. I don't know. I have a theory.
Is it like a thing of like you just like you want a tattoo but you're too scared to get one? Or
no. I'm afraid that I would want to chop off my hand. If my hands get dirty, I gotta like wash my hands. I can't have marks on me.
It's 2022. You can get laser removal.
Yeah, I know, but that's a mark too. Yeah, I have a theory. See, my mom used to fuck a lot of bikers and shit, and I think one of them might have fucking raped me. I think like as a child, I think one of them might have molested me or something. One of them, because I remember a few of them were covered in tattoos, head to fucking toe, Drew. And there's got to be a reason why I don't like any sort of fucking marks on me.
You said one of them might have molested
I think one of them raped me, Drew. It's the only thing I can think of. Something traumatized me.
Maybe
Abby,
they just had a tattoo that was
Go.
scary.
I don't think, no, it had to be deeper than that. I was watching Freddy Krueger at 8 years old. I was not a scared easily kid. Now, getting fucked would definitely scar me, though. And there's...
Well, yeah, of course. But, like, bro, like, surely you would remember that and not the marker.
Well,
and
not if I was 3.
Like,
if I was 3 or 4, I wouldn't know. I don't know. I'm not going through a repressed memory thing. I know that. I don't want to see. Yeah. I'm unlike everybody else. I don't want to know. Because if I find out, then I got to deal with that shit. It's like, fuck that. I'd rather make fun of it now and use it as an excuse for something that doesn't really... I've beaten my whole fucking thing. I probably could get a tattoo if I wanted to.
All right, what we'll move on from molestation, all right, is something more lighthearted, all right? Yeah, so you see my camera, right?
Yep.
Do you want to see what I think is the worst strain name in the last 10 years?
Oh, what? What the fuck is that? I can't see. Giraffe Pizzy? Or pussy?
Giraffe pussy.
Oh, pussy. Jesus. That's a bad... That's an ugly bag. That's terrible graphics. And it's a bad name. Dog.
It's just so bad. Why would you call something giraffe pussy?
You can't even fuck a giraffe. You'd have to, like, get the biggest ladder ever. It doesn't even... Like,
I think it's supposed to be because it gets you as high as a giraffe's pussy, but, like...
But a giraffe's head is higher than a pussy.
That's as bad as Dave's normal jokes.
Hey, you know, that was unnecessary, Drew. There was no reason for that. I was going to share my blue agave with you. And he shits right in my mouth. That's just so mean.
I mean, it's a joke I could imagine you saying.
No, never. I would never. I only tell bad jokes purposely.
Well, yeah. So why are you complaining about me saying that the jokes are bad?
Because it calls me out and hurts my feelings. Because they don't need to know, Drew. I got them fooled.
Wait, we have Abby Blackbird in here.
Yes,
maybe asking a question.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get the Blackbird up in there. Abby, can't you see? Now you got a chance to talk to Drew and me. What you got?
Oh, sweet. I'm unmuted. Okay. Hi, Drew. Hi, Dave. How are you feeling, Dave?
I am in pain. My groin feels like there's a hot poker just right up in there, just butter right in there.
I don't think it's supposed to feel like that, buddy.
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay, so Drew, I was watching your stream, which is super fun and entertaining and high energy, so I'm here for it.
Thank you.
But what is your little counter thing where you put the weed in it and it counts on your phone? You show everybody and everybody gets numbers.
Oh, that's like the THC tester thing. So that's this thing, and I can put my weed inside it, and it links to my phone, and then it just like has a sensor, goes into the bud, and then tells me how much THC is in it.
And that's super accurate.
Crazy.
They advertise within 1.9%, but if you make sure it's calibrated all the time, I find it's pretty accurate, like within 1%.
Like you've done it right against a label and shit.
I've done it against like my medical stuff that has to be to the exact percent it says. So
yeah, and it's been
and it always comes back within 1%, which could be still exactly accurate because even the medical stuff is within 3%.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Go ahead, Abby. I'm sorry. I had to ask that because that was cool. Go ahead.
It's fascinating. I was super. I haven't really looked into weed in a while, but it was interesting watching you like dissect it, and I was like, what does all these numbers mean? I had no idea what the hell was going on. But so what is the difference when because you had one bud that you put in there, and then you grinded it up, and then you're like, oh, it should be higher. Why is that? Like the THC level.
Oh, so. I think the thing you're asking is, so basically, depending on how much you grind up and depending on what type of nugs you grind up, it'll be different. So if I get like a really nice looking nug and I just take like the top of it off and I make sure there's no leaf, no stalk in it, the result will be higher. But then if I grind up what I'm actually going to use for like a joint where I don't really care as much, I don't take the leaves out, there's probably a bit more stalk in it, the result will come down lower. So when that doesn't happen, it's kind of surprising.
That means it's a real powerful plant.
yeah, because it means like even when you do have all that in, like the rest of it is still resiny enough that it kind of bulks up enough to come out the same.
Yeah, having something like that go evenly that's unicorn shit, and that's what you. Like when you get that, you feel a difference throughout your entire baggie, and that's always nice. It's just a nice fucking thing.
That's the most annoying thing about the whole THC thing is that so many people hear that THC doesn't matter, like the THC percentage doesn't matter, and it's all about terpenes. And like, don't get me wrong, terpenes are a big factor.
Sure.
But so many of these companies that claim like 30% this, 30% that, they just lie. Yeah. And like, it will actually only be like 20%. So then people go out there saying, oh, well, the 25% weed that I was just smoking got me higher than the 30%. And it's probably because the 25% was actually what the real test was, and the 20% lied and said that it was 30.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is that why you do the testing that you do, like on stream, is to kind of challenge it?
Yeah, all the time. Like I've never had a Cali pack which says 30% on it come out 30%. The highest I've ever tested on my machine is 28.
Yeah, because you were saying something about, you're like, well, yeah, if somebody's gonna even sponsor me to do it, I'm gonna give them an honest review. So that's interesting.
The world of weed is about information. You know, like when you get past the obvious of it, it really is about information, informing yourself. Here's a really fucked up thing about my state, for instance. Connecticut, like I put them over the other day as far as the regulations. We're going to get like better tax rates than fucking Massachusetts, all this wonderful stuff. However, they're being grimy as fuck because Connecticut can be really goddamn greedy. So what they have allowed is having any type of mold variance that's higher than a reasonable percentage. Like it shouldn't be higher than what you allow human meat in regular meat, which is 4%. You should never fucking have higher than 4% fucking mold in your weed. They've allowed not only for it to be above fucking 4%, there's a new goddamn fucking bill, and we're already legal, keep in mind, that's going to allow up to like 12.5% mold in the bud up here. Like, what horrible. The fuck? You just killed the market. You killed it. Just unbelievable.
I wonder why that is. Are you closer like ocean, like because you're East Coast, right?
We've got some crazy sandbanks and water. We got rivers. Like Connecticut's really weird. We got a lot, and like where I am specifically, like New Britain, Connecticut, for a while had the #2 water supply in like the whole country. It's now down to #6 because we got this natural sand embankment. We got great cultivating lands for weed and cannabis growing and stuff. So it's just kind of a really cool place. But because we've gone as heavy in the regulation as we have, and Connecticut is putting the power into the home growers. You're allowed so much in your fucking home. I think they're not giving a fuck as much about the retail side because I think they know they're going to get crushed. People will continue to go to mass and people will home grow. And I don't think the Connecticut like regular market is going to be huge.
But that'll be the case until there is some fire bud on the fucking normal market.
That's true.
If that happens, then that'll change everything.
Fire bud changes all.
Yeah, that's true. Because as soon as it was... Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Dave.
Go ahead. I just said the market chases.
I was going to say, as soon as like Vegas became legal, like they had regulations on everything everywhere, like immediately. But their weed's not nearly as good as either home growers or just California weed in general.
California,
no competition.
It's slowly getting there.
Yeah.
It is slowly getting there though. Like the price is coming down, the quality is going up.
You go to Vegas a lot?
Yeah,
Have you checked out the Vegas weed market, Drew?
No, it wasn't legal when I was out there.
Oh yeah, I forgot you can't get back in. You got to get back into this country, man. You got to check out some of the places. I want you to go to every state and really fucking hammer them. You know?
There's 50 states of weed.
I've been to 43 states.
You've been to 43?
Yeah.
I want you to do the 26 or whatever weed legal states. And I want you to.
That would be sick. That would be really good.
Wouldn't that be amazing? You can get an easy sponsor for that and travel to each state. Go in there and fucking test all the weed and shit.
I've asked a lot of sponsors for the visa help to be able to go back, and a few of them have said yes, but it's just always so much money and so much time for them, so it's just nothing ever gets done.
Yeah, that's like a 6-month project that you got to plan and have somebody go with you and have a cameraman and all that stuff. That's a whole ass project.
Well, it's 6 months project just getting the visa. It's like 10 grand to get the visa and like 6 months of like actual back and forth, and then hopefully you end up getting it. If you don't get it, then they've just lost 10,000 in the project.
Yeah, and you have to adjust all your plans and all this stuff. I have a friend that does it for DJs and stuff. That it's a whole ass fucking thing.
We need to get you to a couple milli, Drew. We get you to a couple milli, you'll be worth it. Juice will be worth the squeeze. It'll be like, fuck it, 10 grand for a couple milli YouTubers gonna make us a few milli apps. Fucking lutely, let's go.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's even like that now. Like the amount of money I'd make a company if I was out there at the moment, like it'd be dumb. But it's just. It's such a long process that it's too much of a gamble. That's the thing, because at the end of the day, if it works, it will pay off, but the risk of not actually being able to get to America is high, because they could just deny the visa, and then what the fuck am I going to do then?
Go to Canada. That's about your only option.
And go across through Mexico.
I'll go to Mexico with you. We'll go get a donkey show. Be great.
Oh, you pay some guy to take you across in a truck, innit?
Oh yeah, you want to get a coyote? Yeah, we can fucking hire Coyote and we can be smuggled. I'll smuggle myself across the border even though I don't need to. It'll be great.
Well, Dave, it's like 5,000 if you just want to walk. And then if you want to get in like somebody's truck and they smuggle you across in like 30 minutes, it's like 10,000.
Oh,
and then if you want to go across on like a boat with a bunch of millionaires, then it's like 15,000.
No shit.
Yeah.
How do you know this?
Go across on like a yacht. Because I fucking looked into it. Because I was like, bro, I might never be able to go back to America.
You're thinking about what you're going to take. See, here's the thing. I know you well enough. You would do the yacht. You would fucking do the yacht. I can see you doing that.
Go big or go home, man.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna have to spend that much money, may as well do it nice.
Can
Otherwise, you pay like 5,000 less, and you're in like a box, and then they take you across in like a truck.
You should try to coordinate like a whole bunch of like weed enthusiasts on the yacht, right? And then turn it into a fucking just all content. And get the sponsors to pay for your fucking trip.
I don't think I would want to broadcast it. I think if I
record videos. Record videos.
I think if that ever happened, I would just be like, yeah, I got a visa.
International waters, baby. Doesn't matter what you did. Just know what you're filming.
I think it definitely matters.
I'm sure it does, but we don't have to admit that. Once you start acknowledging the law, Drew, they fucking start holding you accountable. Plead ignorance for as long as you can. Oh,
Dave gets it.
Yep. I've lived. Look. I know I live right next to a police station. Yes. Right next to the police station. I fucking know I don't. Woof. I've been educated in that pawn shop. Let me tell you. Optimus Wilbur in the chat. How you doing, my people? Is trying to find gummies that I would feel work. Ones I got were weak as Ethan Klein's manhood. That's pretty fucking weak.
Oh, that's bad.
Thank you, chat. What's going on, guys? What's that?
Where's Optimus from? Because, bro, I've seen that in Canada they do edibles, right? But they're like maximum 5 milligram.
Oh yeah, the states too. They can only sell them as like right now. Like Joey Diaz always talks about that shit. They have to do it in fivers. Even in here in Connecticut.
You said Joey Diaz, yeah?
I love Joey Diaz. Yeah, he's my guy.
You seen this before?
Cocksucker. Yes. Oh yeah. Because I saw you do that yesterday. Yeah, that's fucking dope. Is that really his shit?
Oh yeah.
Like he's got a strain now. I haven't watched it. I haven't watched the church in a while, so I don't know that he put out a strain.
Yeah. Well, it's his brand. So his brand is Laughing Gas, and that strain is Rainbow Runs.
How is it?
It's really nice. Definitely one of the best runs this year.
Because he shits on everyone else's weed all the fucking time. Like everyone else's weed.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it claims 34% on the back, and I tested it, and it came out 27, and I've only got small nugs of it. So I would believe that there might be some nugs that test out 30 if I had the nice ones, you know?
That's not 27 is not bad anyway, man. I'll take a 27er. Any fucking day.
Yeah, 27. That'll get you fucking lit.
You get 30. You get 30 milligram edibles from Mass. I thought everything is. You get 30 packs, but I thought it's all fucking cubed up in fives. That's the way it is in Connecticut. No, I go to Mass. I get them the same way, and they explain the same thing to me because I've been getting the edibles with the mints and shit. They're fucking. You can get 30. Actually, they're coming 100 packs, but they're still up. They're all pieced up by fives. I don't know.
What's Voltage Mike saying? Voltage Mike's in his. He might have a question.
Yeah, let's get the mic man. Voltage Mike. Let me unmute it. What's up there, Mike? What you got?
Or he's still muted for me.
Well, yeah, because he's not unmuting himself. Come on, Mike. Here, I'm going to give you. There he goes.
Hello?
Hey,
Hello,
what's up, Mike?
We can hear ya.
Yo, so first and foremost, it's an honor to meet you, Dave. I've been watching your streams. I just started watching you maybe within the past month or two, but you're really cool. You're really down to earth. I fuck with your vibe. And also Drew, I've seen you through either his streams or other people's streams. I mean, I'm a Keemstar fan, unfortunately. So that's how I kind of came across you guys.
We'll forgive you. We'll forgive you.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, especially you, Drew. The green hair is dope as hell. Green's one of my favorite colors.
Dope as hell is his middle name. He is Drew Dope as Hell Sharing. That's his name.
There we go.
God given.
Hell yeah. Well, one of the questions I was gonna ask you guys is kind of a weird, kind of deep question. But I basically thinking about, because as weed becomes a lot more legalized, the government gets involved a lot. And do you guys think that it would be better off that we have weed fully legal, but the government taxes the shit out of it? And or do you think it would be better off weed is still maybe illegal on the books, but you can still get better deals on it on the side for better products? Because even Drew was bringing up, he has the THC tester, which was kind of fucking trippy. I didn't even know that existed until tonight.
They cost a stupid amount of money.
He's got a lot of stuff that you probably have never even fucking heard of. It's ridiculous, the stuff he has. We have to highlight a couple of different toys every stream, Drew. I mean, my God.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. I was just, yeah, I don't know. Like, what are your guys' thoughts on that? Do you think that we should have more like overarching like government control if it means we have more access to it, or do you like if we can get better quality products? Like, I don't know. Like, what do y'all think?
Yeah, I personally prefer the legalization route just purely on the basis of like there's two, like if we were talking 10 years ago, I would probably be a bit more on two sides about everything. But these days there's so much shit that people can grow with that should be regulated and people should not be allowed to grow with, that I prefer, even if I have to spend a little bit more money for the legal weed, I'd rather it be like to the tip top quality and regulated rather than buy something that's got like PGRs in it and then could have carcinogens in it and then could like give me cancer or some shit.
True.
Yeah.
True. Very good point.
You know, I think it's really important to have some sort of control. You know, you got it's always going to be a mix because, like we're seeing here in Connecticut, like you do not want shit in your weed that'll kill you. You do not want shit in your weed that's going to make you sick. And unfortunately, states on their own, they're always, when they're left to their own devices, that they're going to do what the fuck they want. That's why every state has such ridiculous different outcomes when they go through their fucking regulation. I would like a little bit of federal uniformity. It would kind of make the process go a little bit better. If my country decided to get on the same fucking page for once, that would be nice. It ain't gonna happen, but it'd be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, even if there was just like a federal rule of like, even if it wasn't federally legal, if they somehow managed to put in a federal rule of like, all right, if you are a state where you are growing cannabis legally, then like you cannot use these things to grow your weed with, right? Like that would be kind of good. I wouldn't like them to tell you what you have to grow with, but I would like them to tell you what you definitely can't grow with,
Well, for instance, this is like kind of weed related, but also just other kind of substance related. What are your guys' thoughts on like, Oregon? Is it the whole state where it decriminalized like all substances? Like, what are your guys' thoughts towards that kind of stuff?
I mean, I don't want legalization for like loads of other drugs. I think that's kind of stupid, but I don't mind decriminalization for other drugs. I don't think people should be prosecuted for doing drugs, right? But I also don't think people should
clearly
be, like,
prison isn't working.
Coke or some shit.
Well, yeah, because you can't continue to fucking incarcerate and put drug offenders in with hardened criminals, which is what was happening. It was turning fucking minor offenders into lifelong fucking criminals. It's unbelievable how stupid of a concept.
Yeah, and then you're putting them in the same place as the drug lords, who then, when they come out, you've got a new person who's running for you.
It's crazy.
Because then
now they've got a source of income.
Like you get out of prison and then you owe money to a certain gang that was protecting you in prison. So then you have to sell more drugs to fucking I don't know. It's just ridiculous. Like, I don't know. It's kind of a cycle like that, huh?
That's why it's called the trap.
Yeah, that's why it's called the trap. 100%. It's crazy to the journey that we're going on. I mean, most people don't even realize that fucking weed was once fucking legal in the States to fucking begin with. I'm 1947.
How weird is this, yeah? Did you guys know that mushrooms were legal in the UK until 2005?
That late? I did not know that late. That's fucking crazy.
Before 2005, you could walk down to your local mushroom store and buy some fresh mushrooms, but they had to be fresh. They couldn't be dried.
No shit, man. This mushroom craze is starting to scare me. If I'm being 100% honest, like it's gotten so accepted so quickly around here, Drew. Like in the last 6 months, they're everywhere. Every bazaar I go to, they're just on the table next to regular edibles. I picked one up on accident. If I would have bought that thing, I'm like, oh, I don't know what it'll do to me. But it scares me how accepted, how quickly they're becoming just right on the same par.
Have you ever done them?
No, I'm terrified. I'm terrified of psychedelics. Like
I was gonna say you'd be playing Pokemon, a whole other game, bro.
I'm just afraid of losing that type of control in my mind. It's like giving up that amount. Like I can give it up with the weed, but I didn't like giving it up with the fucking morphine. That type of control loss, or even coming close to it, I wouldn't have a lot of fun with.
I've done mushrooms, and I can understand like the medical side of microdosing and doing small amounts and like experiencing your mind and like having it as like a once every 6 month thing and stuff like that. I can really understand that. I personally don't do them anymore because last time I did them, I did way too much and it fucked me up. Yeah.
Freak out.
Yeah. If I can interject real quick, I agree with both Drew and Dave on this, just because I think there certainly is a medical side to psilocybin, like that kind of, substance. Like I think under certain circumstances people have done like psilocybin therapy all that kind of stuff, like with a therapist, and they're able to work out like legitimate deep trauma. But at the same time, Dave is absolutely correct. You can't just be, it's not like, with weed, you smoke a bowl, you might get a little too high, you're going to calm down later. But with shrooms, your brain is going to be flipped upside down the whole night, man.
So I used to be able to smoke too much.
I agree with like the medical trials and stuff like that for shrooms. Like if you have like a therapist there and like,
I'd want to be monitored.
There, you have like a gram, then if something goes wrong, there's a medical professional there, like ready and everything. And I can understand as well decriminalizing so that if somebody's in their own home doing whatever drug they want, and you don't arrest them for it, 100%. But I couldn't ever see there being like, going down to the local mushroom store, going down to your local coke store, or like, oh guys, tonight I was thinking about doing some MDMA. Do you want to go down to the local MDMA store?
Let's go. Hey, we gotta check out that new heroin spot, Drew. I mean, it just opened up right next to the fucking crack den. I mean, it'll be great. It'll be a good time. I'm very excited.
It's like a coffee shop experience. You get a little bit of heroin, a little bit of coffee. You're vibing.
Heroin, yeah. Fucking good time.
God damn.
Yeah, no,
mate, if it keeps going this way in America, then like the old hippie trail that used to go from like London to like Afghanistan and then through to like India and that, instead the hippie trail is just like from one end of America to the other.
Yeah.
Let's go. Woo!
Yeah, I used to be able to smoke too much weed. It's been a long time since I've smoked too much. So dabs doesn't matter. I've got a pretty solid tolerance now.
What do you mean? Did you just smoke that joint already?
No, I wasn't digging it. I'm gonna hit my bong in a second.
You weren't digging it?
I wasn't digging it. I didn't like the way it tasted. It definitely wasn't tobacco. I just didn't like the way it tasted. I'm gonna fuck with it a little bit more in a minute, but I want to hit a bong here. But
or if you take the weed out of it and re-roll the weed.
That's what I'm thinking of doing because I got cones. I'm thinking about putting it in there. But I don't want to waste all the keef and fucking oil on the outside either. I got to figure this out.
You just scrape that off into the weed and then grind it up again so it all mixes up with the bud.
Okay, that's a good idea. Perfect. See, look at Drew. Goddamn virtuoso.
No, I've done some of this shit before back
Once or twice, I'm sure.
I could even do that right now with one. I've got like pretty much the same thing, and I really don't like. Oh, it's here. I really don't want to smoke it just as it is, but I probably would smoke it if I re-rolled it and scraped the stuff off. But it's basically the same thing, but it's a paper.
Yeah, see, I would smoke the fuck out. Oh, lip dick there. Oh my god.
How am I supposed to smoke that?
Men of a certain age, Drew. Men of a certain age.
Oh yeah.
You gotta get a chopstick and bumpers, dude.
How someone give me a pre-roll like that?
That's ridiculous. Who fucking did you that dirty, man? Someone did you so fucking dirty.
I went to a coffee shop and they were like, yeah, these guys told us to give these out to the first 30 people at the opening.
That's a good precedent for the coffee shop.
Yeah, lucky me.
Jeez, that thing, yeah, you definitely have to regrind that. That's your only hope.
Well, I don't know. Some of the bud just came out of it and it looks very sort of stalky and stemmy.
Might be a throwaway.
Might just be a leave it there and give it to somebody at some point and it comes by.
There you go. Throw it at a homeless person.
It can go in the guest bud box over there.
Oh, oh, you have a guest bud box?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm making a guest bud box.
You ever seen a guest bud box?
I've never seen the guest bud box. I can't.
If you came over my house, you would have the option to go through any of these.
Holy shit!
Fuck off! Are you kidding me? Those are all bags. I was expecting like joints and little different things. Drew is the greatest person in the history of people.
Wow.
All right, Dave, we got to start your GoFundMe to get out there.
Right? What's that?
If you want an unsmoked J,
look at that! It's a bowl of joints. Yeah. Oh my god, that's great. I'm copying that. I'm gonna have a weed table. Yes. That's gonna be amazing. That's incredible. I'm gonna make like a fucking lighted table now, just full of fucking pull out joints and it's gonna be. I'm gonna go so hard.
It's just all the stuff that I just haven't finished,
Yeah. That's cool though. That's very considerate of you. You gotta take care of the guests. Gotta be a good host.
Exactly.
It's always a good thing. Let's see. We got another caller in there. Voltage Mike, thanks for calling. Appreciate you. If you have another question, let us know. We'll keep you in there. AKO. What you got there, AKO?
Hey, sup?
Hey, okay.
Hey, yo, what's going on? I was wondering, I wondered if I could just, come on, shoot this shit and ask you a few personal questions.
Okay. About weed?
No.
Okie dokie.
Well, you gotta somehow make them in some way weed related.
Let's first see what you're attempting to do here, because you sound sussy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it does sound.
You sound
I wanted to
sussy.
sell you on the hobby of lumberjacking. I wanted to see if I could truly make you a cultured individual. See this right here? This right here is my pride and joy.
I'm not showing your camera. I'm not looking at that screen. I don't know what the fuck you could be showing. Drew, is he showing something bad?
No,
he was showing just an axe.
Well, I don't know. It could have been your cock or something. I have no idea. Okay, it's close
I
enough.
personally wouldn't show it on stream.
I'm not
watch him.
What kind of charlatan do you think I am?
You're somebody used the word charlatan, so I respect
pull
it.
out the axe and hit somebody with it, you know?
Yeah, don't kill anybody. Yeah, we can't show you murder anybody on stream. That'd be bad.
Everybody's gone. What? There's no one here.
Well, we don't know that. All right, what do you got, you psycho with an axe? What do you got? What's up?
Exactly, it's a psycho with an axe.
Now he sounds like a psycho with an axe. My God, I was giving him the benefit. Now he sounds crazy. What do you got for us, okay?
God, I'm still young, man. I can't. I'm too young to go psycho
with an axe.
What's your personal question you want to ask me?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so real quick. I did actually. I was kind of capping. I did have a few weed questions to ask you. If you had to rate, what distributors would you rate as high quality? Because I assume you get around a lot, so
Like a brand?
Yes. What brand?
Who you fucks with?
Right now, the best brand I would say, if you were just in anywhere in the world that you could get anywhere, it would be Tenko. Anything by Tenko, like the blue Zushi, the yellow Zushi, anything like that, they're always the best.
And what would you say is probably the worst pack you've ever had?
Well, I know, but I started their drama last time I said it, but I guess I can say it on Dave's stream. Bone Mouth Farms, 100%.
Really?
Some UK guys hyped up some strain for ages, and then I tried it, and it was the deadest thing I'd ever tried.
Straight garbage, huh?
So what would the comparison be? Because usually whenever somebody says "Wow, this shit was like inhaling skunk urine," last time I heard somebody hit a bad pack, it was somebody saying "Oh, this shit smells like fucking piss, man." What the fuck is this?
It's probably closely related to the giraffe pussy that we saw earlier there, Drew, if I had to guess.
No, weirdly, that giraffe pussy, the first one I tried, it was actually pretty good, but the second one, that one, it wasn't.
Still the worst fucking name in the history of weed.
Oh, yeah, the worst
name.
Worst name. Yeah, the giraffe pussy is
awful.
Not the one.
Ugh. All right, so what else you got for us there, Axeman? I'm hitting with Drew. We're ripping. Rip it up.
Oh yeah. So I was wondering if any of you guys were gonna get on the whole. I was wondering if you guys were gonna I didn't catch yesterday's stream, but apparently I wanted to bring this up. Apparently, Elon started mass unbanning all the journalists that got packed up from the interview. Apparently, a rumor was going around that he had a bot in taking he had a list of people he was just packing up at the time. So I was wondering if you were gonna follow up on that story.
Maybe when Rivy's back and all that good stuff. Maybe I don't know the story enough to be able to give you a good cognizant answer or good fucking answer now. No, unfortunately. But when Rivy comes back and we're doing a regular show, I'll do my best to not sound dumb. How about that?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. I mostly came on here to shoot the shit, to be honest. I don't know. I was gonna
Well, you're good.
I was gonna mostly ask you some unrelated shit. I didn't honestly. Tommy got pissed off the last time I tried to do something like that.
I can see why Tommy would get pissed off at you. I can feel exactly the reason why. See, I'm a more tolerant man. I'm a great Dave Tater. Tommy is a dictator of another level. Me, I can tolerate it. I can see why you get mad at you though. I can see it.
Oh no, I was honestly gonna come on here and start asking you some probably some dumb shit. Maybe
give me an example. Give me an example of a dumb shit question.
I don't know. I was gonna wonder if you. I was gonna say. I was gonna ask you if you could go and check out the new Armored Core 6 trailer.
Suck my ass. Get out of here. Suck my ass. Fucking
People are saying
asshole.
get Voltage Mike back in.
All right, we'll get Voltage Mike back in.
And again, if anyone watching wants to call in and you don't know how, you join Dave's Discord, and then there's a little live commentary section, and you just join. You'll be muted straight away, and then when we want to bring you up, we'll intro you.
We'll just take
but
you
make
right
sure you
in.
mute the stream in the background, and you're good. Someone said they had Android, so they can't do it, but you can do it if you have Android. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, get good, scrub.
Yeah, what the fuck?
What's up there, Mike? What do you got for us? And MattPitt has now joined us as well.
Hello.
Hello, Matt. Shit. I was just gonna. The reason I was asking you guys to add me back, would you guys be willing to rate my vape live on stream, or if not over video, I can just describe the specs on it?
Is it a weed vape?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, then come on camera. I'll rate.
Yeah,
the weed.
for sure. Okay, here, let me turn
I
it
thought
on
you
real
were gonna
quick.
send it to us. I was like, send me one. I'll fucking smoke.
I was just trying to show.
That's a
show it off.
Luca.
It's the snail. They call it the snail, and
fuck
every
is
time I've been
that?
smoking it, I say I'm riding the snail trail.
I want that.
So, like,
I want that. I need that. I got the Lucas
dude,
Seahorse.
like, you can hide it just easily. You know, it's like a little, and you just, it's so cool, bro.
I
so
love
cool.
that. I
It's
need
so
that in
cool.
blue.
It's sturdy too. Like, I used to have a wand, and it was just so loose and shit. Like, loose on the
broke
top.
a fucking cart today. I broke one today, and that design, because I had it in my pocket, I had it on the Seahorse like this, and I snapped it off in my pocket.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yours looks. I like. Is that yellow kind of colors
It's
and shit?
a limited edition camo color.
Fuck yeah,
I
man.
love that. I got 2 of these. I love those motherfuckers. It snapped off, but don't worry, I saved it. I emptied it out and put it into.
Have you still got a cart somewhere?
Yeah, but I just been putting it on top of my weed.
Fair.
Yeah, I did that earlier. I got so fucking blitzed. 20 minutes before the show, I was afraid I was gonna have to call off because I was like, that's not good. Is this gonna go too high?
Best way to start the stream.
I have some weed questions. I also have a weed story.
Okay.
All right.
Which one are we gonna get
Oh,
first?
all right.
And then we get the story.
So the question. Do you want me? The questions for how do you guys calm down from a bad trip? Basically, what's your tactic?
Like in the sense of like what, getting paranoid.
Yeah,
You've gone too high. Your heart's racing. You're sweating. You're freaking the fuck
Yeah.
out. You're starting to question your goddamn life and everything around you. How do you stop that feeling of losing control? I have my methods. What's yours, Drew?
My method, main number one thing is prevent it from happening in the first place, right? And prevent it happening in the first place, I make sure that I don't smoke any heavy sativas, like any haze, any green crack, no Durban poison, none of that side of stuff. But yeah, recently been going on to like the Skittlesy strain so I can get that nice uplifted feeling. If that was to happen again, main thing straight away, some sugar.
Oh, interesting. Sugar? That's interesting.
I think I'd be scared of sugar.
Me too. Me
Nah,
too.
because usually if that's going to happen, and if it's not to do with the strain and it's just happening in general, it'd be because your blood sugar's too low, and then when you're smoking, it's making your blood sugar go even lower, and then suddenly your mind will be going fucking everywhere. You could almost feel like you're going to faint. You're going to, like, everything's going to be paranoid. Everything's going to be all over the place. If you eat some sugar, you'll be fine.
So this is what I do, because there was a time where, and it's funny because I got back to this story. This is cool. I used to be able to smoke way too much. I get way too fucked up, and I would it would be bad. My head would just be banging. It would be terrible. I'd be out of it for hours. I never liked it. It was not a fun experience because I'm doing this to fucking not feel like shit. So what I would start doing, because do you throw food on it? Do you try to walk around? So what I found is first, like Drew said, be ready beforehand. Prior proper planning prevents positively poor performance, So get some food in you, make sure you're hydrated, all that type of stuff that just helps you get everything absorbed the right way. If you're getting too high too quickly, best things to do, get some fucking air, walk around, get active, get some fucking water going.
Yeah, walk around.
Get yourself flowing. If you could poop or pee, do that too. Drink, flush your system. If I get really, really bad, I order a fucking burger, a big fucking gigantic burger.
That's like always killed my high, like always, is a Red Bull.
Oh wow, you decide to pierce right through the heart
I just
of
feel
it.
like that would make it worse.
Yeah, no, Drew's like, I gotta fucking pierce through the heart of it with something.
I
would want something to lower my heart rate, not make it.
Right? Yeah. I'm trying to go the opposite
Beating out your
way.
fucking chest.
Shit, he's like, no. If we match the acceleration rate and we can go into the future where we're going, we don't need roads, Marty.
Yeah. So I've had a lot of bad interactions with weed. The first interaction I ever had, I was a senior. I was 18 years old. I'm hanging out with my buddies, and they're driving to buy weed. And they drive to this like really sketchy place where like we go to the front door. And there's this guy. He's like, "Hey, why'd you bring these people here?" Like, so the whole thing's like really sketchy. On the way to the place, I end up deciding like, okay, I'm gonna smoke with him. I'll smoke for my first time. And so we go to the house. He wraps the blunt and everything, and we start passing around. And I'm feeling all right. Like I should have stopped there, but my friend I think was a sociopath, because he was like, no, keep going. Let's do a shotgun. And so a shotgun where I'm from is basically you close your eyes and you wait for your friend to tap you on the leg, and then you just suck in. You inhale as fast as you can. And so that's
not what you got, did you? You got the other shotgun.
So what they did was they tap, I go to inhale, and what they say is like it was like a cyclone. Like it just all went in like a huge puff of smoke. Just I inhaled it all and it came out. And after that, I was completely fucked. I thought I was going to die. I was convinced like my friends were not helping me. They were like feeling my heart rate and they're like, yeah, it's kind of fast. And I'm like, that's not helping me. I started like hallucinating. My friends had elf ears. It was really weird. Like, yeah, their ears were like elves. It was really weird. And like I couldn't
vision
function.
distortion.
Yeah, I couldn't function. And I remember like laying on the bed. This is in 2007. I was laying in the bed.
How old were you?
18. I was 18.
Okay.
I was laying in the bed, and I was listening to them play Guitar Hero outside in the living room. And there was like on the wall, there was like some weird light happening, and it looked like a dude in a wheelchair was dancing on the wall, like the shadow.
So somebody said something in chat, which is most likely the case, which is you said it was 2008, right?
2007.
Or 2007. So around that sort of time was when a lot of people would get weed with PCP.
Yeah,
I don't think it was
maybe
PCP.
You got laced, yeah.
I don't think it was laced.
No, but if you're saying that guy was like a sociopath, like I know a lot of people who like did a lot of sketchy drugs, and they would like get a kick out of getting other people to do them.
Yeah,
yeah.
Some people like getting others wet. Yeah.
But we all smoked, right? No one else freaked out like I did. Like some other guy puked, but no one else freaked out.
Thank you, Last.
Let me get my thoughts real quick, bro. That's okay. So, like, he took where I'm from Des Moines, Iowa. They call that a snap. So, like, when you take a snap, like, you just take one hit, inhale it. You're like, fuck it, let's go. And at the same time, Matt, I assume you don't smoke that often, so your tolerance was just probably at 0% Yeah. So you're like, your tolerance was, so I was just, that can really send people into like that trip, like panic mode, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
like
that's exactly what
you get high, you're not used to it. And I mean, I'm not even arguing against your point. I was just saying maybe that's what caused like that kind of panic.
I agree with you. I don't think I was laced because it wasn't as overwhelming as what I think an acid trip or a PCP trip would be.
Probably was just you being, your first time getting too high.
Oh, it was just overwhelmed. Yeah, I think I would have been perfectly like if I would have stopped with a couple hits from the blunt, I'd probably be smoking weed right now. But
usually your body tells you.
Yeah, ever since then, I've always been afraid to. I've
the only time you've ever smoked?
No, I've smoked before.
But now it's in your head though.
Yeah, but that's always in the back of my head. Like,
see, you got to smoke with me and Drew, man. You got to.
Well, no, every time I smoke weed, all right. Every time I smoke weed, the same thing happens. I get a heavy feeling in my chest, and I feel really thirsty, and I feel like this weird sweet taste in my mouth, and it's like something happens in my brain where my thoughts become loud. I can't explain it, but it's like my thoughts are.
Okay, Matt, this is what you need to do. This is this is like a very common thing for people who like start smoking and everything's a bit overwhelming for them. And it's honestly the first because it's different for everyone. Sometimes people first smoke and they're already like how most people are after like 6 months to like a year of smoking. Like they just handle it super well. For other people, even like myself, first couple times you get high, it's like crazy intense. And there's so much of it that you don't really know what to do with yourself, right? Yeah. If you were going to get high again, I would suggest getting your favorite food ever. Then only getting a little bit high, and then just utilizing that sweet taste in your mouth and like needing a drink, and you drink your favorite drink, and then eating your favorite food, and it's going to be the best thing you've ever had in your life.
Yeah, no, I've had a great experiences with weed like that where I smoke a little bit. I watch a movie that I've seen a million times and it's like the first time I've ever seen it. It's like I've had that
This is a
experience
whole
on
new
weed.
experience.
Yeah, it's so there's been really good experience. It's just there's also that anxiety in the back of my head where like this could always go bad.
Have you
So there's
done
always,
edibles
like,
and stuff and had the same
I
experience?
have another story. I have
Oh,
another
boy.
story. This is not technically I would call an edible. Like I didn't buy a gummy or anything. I bought weed. I brought it to my buddy's house. This is a different buddy. And he's like, let's make coffee with it. Let's. So he turns the weed into butter, and we put it in coffee, and the coffee tastes like shit.
Yeah.
So we put a lot of sugar in it. So we're drinking it. Nothing's happening. Not high at all. So I'm like, okay, I'm not high. And my buddy's like, let's smoke a joint. All right. So we smoked the joint, and and then all of a sudden I'm like, I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos, and I'm watching Mike Tyson knockout videos, and it all hits me at once.
Oh yeah.
It all hits me
like
at
a
once.
Tyson punch.
Yeah, and I look at him and I'm like, dude, I'm fucking gone. Holy shit. My heart, the sugar, all that sugar from the coffee is making my heart beat really fast. And I'm talking to him and I just don't feel right at all. And my buddy, he's a stoner, and he's like, look at all the, you know how you can look at a wall and you can find faces in the wall? And I'm like, I'm looking at the wall and I'm like, that's not something I should be doing right now. I shouldn't be looking for faces in the wall.
Satan.
Yeah. And so I end up driving home, and I curl up into a ball, and I just keep mumbling to myself, too high, too high, too high. I was high for the next 24 hours after waking up. Yeah, it was a weird, it was really interesting. I thought I was never going to get out of that. I was literally like caught in a high bubble. Like I couldn't get out.
I mean, if you've never had a big edible, it could feel like you're never going to come out of it.
Yeah, it was literally like the next 24 hours. Like,
Dave, you remember the other day we were just talking about Futurama for ages, right?
Yeah.
The only reason I even know that much about Futurama is because when I lived in Cali, I used to buy like a bunch of shake from the dispo, and I would make pancakes every morning with like a little bit of butter I'd make. And it was beautiful, just like 3 like nice fluffy pancakes with cannabis. It would taste amazing, like nice breakfast, get me nice and stoned for the day ahead, right?
Right.
And this one day, I made these pancakes from a fresh batch of butter, and the pancake came out green.
Oh.
And I was like, that's not good.
That's interesting. But you ate it anyway.
Like, yeah, I was like, the butter's green, so it's probably just a good batch of butter, you know? Like, same. And, bruh, this edible was so strong that I sat down on my sofa. I started watching Futurama. I think I watched, like, almost an entire season before my mate called me and was like, are you coming? And I was like, nah, I'm inside. I ate an edible. Do you want one? And he was like, yeah. And then he came over, ate one, and then sat next to me and watched all of Futurama with me.
Do not eat the blue pancakes, man. Don't eat them. You don't want green or blue pancakes. It's not good, man. Jesus. That's fucking fun, though. That is pretty much what I did when I was bedridden. You know, is fucking morphine, or then when I would later find the weed, same fucking thing. You know, just have those times. But see, I had not only Futurama and all my other cartoons and stuff that I would watch. I had playlists of music music videos, because I'm visual as fuck. I love visual stimulation when I'm fucked up. Like 3 Dog Night videos, like old fucking shit from the 70s and stuff. That shit's wild, man. It's a lot of fun to watch when you're stoned.
Heyo, Dave.
Ayo.
Do you like Slipknot?
I don't not like Slipknot.
I was just gonna say, my dad is really good friends with one of the guitarists, Jim Root. And
I love Slipknot, and I love Jim Ruitt, or that was his name. Jim. I love
It's
Slipknot.
like, what merchandise can you get me? Depends how much I love them.
No, but I actually had another question for you guys, because speaking of the last conversation with weed, making stuff with weed.
Hey, if they come to
you guys
Connecticut,
ever-
hook me up with tickets. I'll go, dude. And I'll fucking like it'll be great.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure, man. I always get that backstage pass. You know how it goes. Yeah. So I was gonna ask you guys, did you guys like growing up with your stoner buddies, did you ever have that one friend who always saved the stems? Because me, like here in Midwest USA, like I would have a lot of friends who would always save their stems, and they're like, dude, if you get enough, you can make tea with it, and if you make,
No, okay, I had the same thing.
I'm like, what are your guys? What are your thoughts on that?
So in my area, I had the same thing, but it wasn't tea. They'd be like, "Oh, well, don't you know if you save the stems, you can put it in the bottom of a bottle of vodka that you have saved, and then if you wait like 2 months, you trip bollocks."
Whoa. Okay.
I've used stems to make tea before, so it's like I get that. I've actually done that.
So does it work for you, Dave?
It has, because I've used it.
Yeah.
What I've done is I've taken some like chai leaves, some decarb, and some other shit, and stems. I put it all in there, a whole bunch of it. You steep it. It's fucking great. I got a great steeper that is perfect for all that shit because it doesn't let anything go. It's really fine. So yeah, no, I really stand by that. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. Well, thank you.
Lord Sludge? Should we get Lord Sludge to ask a question?
No, we can make him wait, but we'll definitely get Empress K. Thank you, Voltage. Appreciate you. But Empress, how you doing there, baby? Empress of my heart.
I am doing. I had like a question, and then you guys started talking about stories, and now I'm like, damn. But I at least
will be like MattPitt. Give us a question and a story.
Yeah,
I probably will because that is how cool I am. So this is just a random one that came up when you guys were talking about like having like a weed table. So you guys know what charcuterie boards are, right?
Yes, love charcuterie.
Oh, what?
A charcuterie board. So you like basically put like a bunch of like meat or fruit or cheese on it, and
you get a nice little fucking cutting knife.
It's weird. I'm sorry.
So good.
Like a cheese board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could make like a weed board or whatnot, or like what would you put on it? Like a weed charcuterie board.
Ooh. Well, you got to get your favorite types of cuts of bud. So you get a couple of those, right? And then next to that, I'd have some dabbage. So maybe some different assortment of dabbage. Some a little slab, maybe some butter, a little sugar next to that. Then we'll have a couple nice little assortment of vapes, perhaps some disposables, little regular carts, different assortment of batteries. Follow that up with the gummies. And I think that we'll round that into what would be the nice finishing on that, Drew? Something we're missing.
A keef.
Yes, a keef and
big bowl of
concentrates.
keef.
Yeah.
Like, you know how when you go to a nice Italian restaurant and they give you a little pot of Parmesan?
Ooh, yeah, a little Parmesan on top. I like it.
I love it.
Perfect. There you go. That's my charcuterie. That's my weed charcuterie. My canna charcuterie. What's yours?
I agree. I would have the same.
We should patent that shit and sell it.
I mean,
the thing you'd want to patent and sell, which I haven't seen anyone do it legit from a dispensary, I'm sure somebody might have, but I've never seen someone actually do it, is the weed advent calendar.
Actually, so I live in Canada, right?
Ooh, Canada.
I know. I live in Atlanta, Canada, which makes it even worse. But the provincial weed store that we have out here actually made a weed advent calendar.
I've seen plugs do it before here in England.
Last year I would have swore I saw something marketed in one of the dispensaries. I saw last year. I wanted to go buy it, but it was stupid expensive.
Yeah, because I mean, it's gonna have like 25 different grams in it.
Yeah,
and then it's gonna they're gonna overcharge you for it because of the packaging and how long it takes to make them and all that. So
it's also government regulated, and they're gonna put taxes on there and all that fun jazz.
I haven't seen one cheaper than like $2.50. You know, so
yeah, that's kind. I mean, you're paying a tenner each day for
which is fine because that's about an ounce anyway. So it's not horrible, but it just feels weird doing it when you don't know what you're gonna get exactly.
For someone like myself as a streamer who streams every day, it'd be sick. But for someone who isn't a streamer, I mean, I guess if you were like new to bud and you wanted to try everything, it'd be perfect.
Yeah. But not everybody's gonna go blow a whole ounce, you know. That's a lot of money.
I mean, who here in the chat, would do the same thing you do with a normal advent calendar and just rip the back open and then just have all the same
chocolate. Yeah, no.
I'd probably do that if it was like an edibles advent calendar.
We need, We're through the month. I can't even. You're not getting another question, Michael Smith. Suck my ass. Don't be greedy. How many do you get? No more, Mike.
Too many
Suck
questions.
it, Jesus. And they're like fucking narration questions and shit. They're wonderful. Don't get me wrong, but suck ass. Fuck. Okay. Thank you, Empress. You have anything else for us, babe? You have a story? I thought you had a story.
I have a few.
Well, you get one, and then I got to get... We've been live an hour, so give us one, and I'm going to get Sludge.
I got one. So I think the best one I've had is the first time I ever done edibles. I ended up being high for like an entire week because I didn't know how to read the labels properly. I got like my edibles mailed in because you can do that in Canada. Is it legal? I highly doubt it, but...
It's gray area. It's okay. This is YouTube. It's legal.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's legal. It's totally legal.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I ended up getting like a chalk and a bunch of gummies, and I'm like, I don't know how to read this. I don't know what's too strong or what's not too strong. I was like, I'll just have the whole chocolate bar, the whole 300 milligram chocolate bar.
Wait, how many milligram?
300.
And you've never eaten edibles.
And I never did edibles.
You did
so it was the first. And on top of that, I was like an hour in, I'm like, I'm still not high. So I'm like, so I have a gummy, a 50 milligram gummy. Then I have a few more. And
Yikers. Should go.
Yeah.
And it's so dumb. I see people in Canada and in America getting these edibles from the dispo, and they say on the back of them, takes 15 to 30 minutes to kick in. Bro, it only takes 15 to 30 minutes to kick in if you've literally not eaten all day and it's like 6 p.m.
Agreed.
Like, when is that ever going to happen? Like,
but that's the meme.
Take like an hour.
That's the meme. When the edible kicks in, it's a meme. It's like, so everyone just believes that to be funny. I don't know, man. It's
well, with like Canada too, like the maximum amount you can get within like an edible, if you're going through like the actual like dispensary or like provincial dispensary. 10 actually.
Yeah, now so I just
that's still nothing.
While we were talking earlier, I went ahead and looked up to that. Yes, so some states have started to go. Not all states. Some states are still regulated at 5, but some states have started to move to having 10 milligram gummies. But I think it said there was one state that had 15 milligram gummies, but that's fairly
rare.
Colorado?
That's still like almost half the amount of a normal gummy. A normal gummy,
right? You're getting up there. You're getting
You
can take a few of those and you're gonna feel it.
Gummy, like if you have like a gummy bear size gummy, the most it'll fit in it is like 25. Yeah. So, like,
you pop 4 or 5 of those bad boys though.
Oh yeah. But I mean, it's just crazy to me that like in Canada, the most you can have in an edible is 10 milligram, which to me that's like a quarter of, or like a half of 1 square of a chocolate bar.
I mean, that's like government regulated. You can get non-government regulated stuff, and you can get like 1,000 milligrams, and
I've had some.
You're seeing God.
Oh yeah, somebody came to me yesterday in this club and was like, "Oh, here, Drew, try some of this edible." And I was about to try some of it, and I was like, "Oh, how much is in it?" And he was like, "There's 2,000 milligrams in it."
Fuck
no, I'm good, bro.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. It's almost abusive.
That's where you meet God,
right? That's where you become God.
That's like you have one bite and you've just eaten 200 milligram in like one bite.
And here's the little dirty secret about that. Those things often, there's 1 out of every 3 or 4 will be a lit bar, and it'll be more like 4,000 fucking milligrams because those are hard to regulate. When you're talking that big of a dose, that's difficult to fucking do.
Especially when people do the distillate stuff, they'll just buy somebody else's product and then they'll just spray distillate on it, and then they don't even know how much is really there. They just know like when the bottle runs out, right?
Yeah. But I used a really, really deliberate motion when I sprayed. Suck my dick. I'm fucking high because of you, asshole. And sticky weed.
I'm still high, and it's been 5 days. Help.
Asshole. Help. It's ridiculous. All right, Empress. Thank you, baby. Stick around. If we got some more time after Lord Sludge, we'll let you get another call, question, comment, concern, quick.
Yeah, I'll stick around.
Thank you. Go ahead and mute yourself for me. Lord Sludge, what do you got there, homie G-Funk? Well, we got to unmute him again. We'll try it again. Lord Sludge, what do you got? Unmute yourself, Lord Sludge. Going once.
Oh,
you fucking asshole. You fucking asshole. All right, Empress K, you batter up.
Well, if there's anyone else who's watching who wants to call in, feel free. It's been a good run.
Yeah, it's been a nice hour of weed content, Drew.
Yeah,
We
I
love
mean, in the
weed
future, I'm
content.
assuming we'll probably still do like the normal kind of stream we did before, but then have like a 30-45 minute segment of this. So the fact we've done it for like a nice hour is pretty good.
100%. I'm digging on it. I'm really happy about the whole damn thing. And I don't mind doing these every so often, especially if Riveter. Look, the old man needs a fucking break every so often. That dude pushes it hard. Now he's doing the morning show on top of it. He, like me, has a 9 to 5er, or not. We don't just get to do what we want. Drew.
I thought you were retired.
Huh?
I thought Rivy was retired.
No, dude.
thought he
He's
was retired too.
no, he's an active
I thought he
tech.
said he was
no,
retired. I thought he said he made his money and he was chilling and he could just do what he wanted.
He works from home. He works from home, but he very much fucking works, and he works like a fucking dog. He sometimes has to go into the fucking office, too. No, he very much works. Oh, boy.
What? Rivy's lied to us.
He's in his, I think he really no, he talks about working all the time. Motherfucker works. But he...
Then why the fuck did I think he was retired?
I don't know. Because we're stoners, Drew. Sometimes we make shit up. I don't know what to tell you.
Nah, I swear to God, there was a time when I was here and Rivy said, I've done my shit and I've made my money and I'm good and I can chill and do what I want. I swear.
Oh, no, no. I think
I thought he said he was
that,
retired on like a different
what
stream
he was
too.
meaning by
So
that was as far as talking about the things that he wants to talk about. He's comfortable in his life now. He's done his thing. He's not worried about money. He's not worried about all those things, but he's still very much working.
Okay.
It sucks balls. He just had to go to the corporate office too last week or 2 weeks ago, and he hated that. That was a whole fucking.
Yeah,
he missed the show
gross.
because of that. That pissed me off too.
Oh.
But tonight he's getting to spend some family time, and around the holidays, that's a very important thing. So it's like I'm all about it, and I knew with Drew, this is something that we want to do anyway. So this is perfect. And feel free to upload everything you want, Drew. Take it. It's yours, my man.
Yeah.
Take it to the channel.
I mean, I don't know if I'll do this one as the first one, but for the second one, when we do it, we have a lot more people here and everyone knows what the situation is.
Yeah,
that'd be sick.
And what we could do too is if you have certain segments you want to use for your show, just run them during this and clip it.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
Be awesome. All right, so I think that's about it then. Do we have anything else? I'm not giving Voltage Mike another one just because he's so fucking thirsty. He's so thirsty. Why you can't be that thirsty?
maybe he just had too much weed and now he's all thirsty.
Yeah, it's all
I have a
right.
question
him
for
some,
you,
like-
Dave.
Oh, I love a question from you, Drew.
Ooh.
Are you watching UFC?
Oh, yes.
The main card just started, right?
Oh, tonight? Oh, I forgot that it was on tonight.
I think the main card just started, and somebody told me the main card's really good.
I got to see what's up.
That's why I was kind of here like, yeah, so it's been 60 minutes. It's been a nice stream.
We'll get you.
Let it go.
Well, it shouldn't be the main card yet. Well, let's see where they are. Let me see what's going on here.
I think someone told me the main
Oh, it's
card
just a
was
fight
midnight
night. It's
fight.
just UFC fight night. The main
But
event.
somebody told me sometimes the fight nights are really good.
It's
So
a good
somebody-
card. It's
so-
Jared Cannonier versus Strickland. That's a good fight. Armin Tarkisian. That's a good fighter versus Imsgalov. That's a killer. Costa versus Bleezy. That's a good fight. Alex Karekis is a fucking that dude who's been around for a long time. Drew Dober's a fucking dog. Bobby Green's a kid. Drew Dober versus Bobby Green's gonna be a fucking fight. Listen, that's a 25-11 Drew. That's a 25-11 guy versus a 29-13-1 guy. That's gonna be a fucking war.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you a deal right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll make a mad accumulator right now
Okay.
with you on stream, yeah, and I'll put £10 on it.
Okay.
Right? And with this £10, right? If this parlay that you get wins, yeah, I'll gift half of it to stream.
Let's go.
All right,
Let's
in
go.
gifted memberships.
Let's
all right?
go. All
Let me read out some ones that are coming up, and
Okay.
I'll make the parlay as we go along, and I'll put tenner on it.
Sounds good. Let's go.
All right.
The first one that you should be coming across is Drew Dober versus Bobby Green. That's the next fight.
Right.
They are on the main card right
so-
now. And it's,
Sometimes with the one that I bet through, they don't. They're not very good with like the next fight. Sometimes I miss that fight that's about to happen.
the first
Yeah,
fight's
kinda
in walkouts right now, so they haven't started the first fight yet. So the betting line should still be open on that one on some sites. But the rest of it, Jake Matthews was on the undercard tonight. There was some good fights. Oh, we got
I need to deposit.
there was some good fucking fights on that undercard tonight.
Deposit.
A lot of
and then-
decisions. Damn, a lot of decisions.
Oh, why did I deposit with PayPal?
Oh, he's depositing with PayPal.
It would have been so much faster if I just clicked my card.
It's
You
all
know,
right,
would
Drew.
have-
Everybody loves dead air. No, all right, Voltage Mike. Because we're waiting on Drew's gambling addiction, you get one more.
Only for UFC. It's only ever for UFC.
You get one
Okay,
more.
so the last thing I was gonna say, and okay, albeit I'm sorry, Dave, if I've been kind of
Ask the fucking question, Mike!
Okay. So my question is, if you had to give a certain kind of weed or even extract, maybe something dab oriented, to Keemstar to calm his ass down, what would you give Keemstar?
Valium.
Some nice, just original OG Kush.
OG?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I like that choice. I'd go with something that I can kind of story and narrate with and talk a little bit with too, like Blue Dream, something that's meaningful to me. Something like that.
Dave wrote, what are you saying, Mika or Cody on this fight?
Let me see here. Who? Say that again.
The Ulska Jesk, you whatever the fuck, and Brundage.
I don't see that on the here.
Let me.
The first fight. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck. Give me Corey Brundage. I'll take the American.
The Cody guy.
Yeah, I'll take Cody.
All right.
I'll take Cody.
And then what about the Drew and Bobby fight?
Bobby Green's a psychopath, but I'm gonna take. I'll go with the favorite on that. I'm gonna go with Drew Dober.
All right, and then Julian and Alex.
See, this is my trap fight. You said Alex Karakis? Is that who you said?
Yeah.
Justin.
What the fuck
Glad
is
you made
that?
it.
What is
Talk
that?
to something. So thoughtful.
You can skip him
Come
if
on
you
in.
want.
Oh no, I'm getting an ad on my end. That's freaked me out. Sorry. No, we can do that one. That's a trap fight because Alex is a really great fighter, but he's a dog in this fight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know Julian Erosa that much. He's got a shit record, but I'm gonna go with Alex Karakis. Let's go with Alex.
All right, and then Amir versus Alessandro.
Amir Ablazi, he should walk through him.
All right, and then Armin versus Damir.
I like Armin Tarkisian, but fucking Damir fucking does go off as a killer. I don't even know why he's an underdog, to be honest, because I think Armin is goddamn overrated. I'm gonna go with the upset. I'm going Damir. Give me his. He's a killer. He's a killer.
Sean Strickland versus Jared Cannonier.
Oh, Sean Strickland's a fucking nasty bastard. I gotta go with Jared Cannonier, man. That's a former goddamn. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jared.
All right.
I'm gonna go with Jared.
All right.
I like Sean Strickland a lot, though, but Jared Cannonier needs this fight.
That's all the fights coming up. All right.
Yeah.
It's 75-1.
That's great. That's the fight. That's $750. Not $75.
Yeah. It's $766.
Oh, I was right. Okay, great. Because you get your bet back.
£766.
Ooh, that's gonna be like.
Isn't that like a lot of money technically?
Like about $900.
Yeah.
Ish.
It's on. I've put £10
Let's
on it.
fucking go. That'd be a killer one. That's got a shot.
If it wins, then I'll get half, and half will be gifted members to the stream.
Hells yeah, that's got a shot. That's not a terrible one. It's only 75 to 1.
Pretty good. That's pretty good. I like the odds on it.
We got a shot. That's not because usually when you do those accelerators, man, those can get out of hand. Like fuck, I've had a couple of those. Now I don't know if it's the exact same. I've had ones at like 450 to 1. Fucking, but those are football bets. So
I had one the other day, which was last UFC I did a six-fold. So same amount as this, I did six-fold with like, I think it was £15 or some shit. And I would have got like 500 back, but because one of them was void because it was a draw, I got 330 back from like 15 quid.
Oh, wow.
And like usually when I bet on UFC, I just bet what I'm willing to just lose because it's just fun. Because for the fighters that I don't know who they are, it makes the fight more interesting.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I mean, betting on UFC.
I'm not paying to watch the fight.
No, you can't say that, Drew. Don't say such a thing, McMahon.
Well, I'm not paying because I'm not watching it.
Yeah, fair.
I'm just looking at the results.
But you're gonna watch tonight, though.
No, I'm just gonna look at the results.
That's it. I'm trying to blow up the spot. All right. Let's go watch some UFC then. I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Have a good night, my moosh puffs. Drew, tell the kids where they can find you.
YouTube.com/DrewSharon. There's going to be a daily upload every day until Christmas, starting from tomorrow. So see you then.
Abby Blackbird, what you doing?
Just living my best life. Catch me on Van Luke's Thursdays. And yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you, Abby. Empress K, what you got going on?
Well, me and my Australian friend actually released a podcast. Apparently it's a hot mess. I wouldn't recommend watching it just now.
Give me the name. Come on, pluggy.
It is called The Fire Starters. It is with myself and with Rylan, who is our Australian drag queen.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah.
Voltage. Yeah. No, you had too many questions. You don't get a plug. You serve her mute. Good night, everybody. Appreciate your faces. I will see the rest of you Dave. On the other side. Good night, Drew. I don't know if you're sticking around or not, but I'm probably gonna.
I'm gonna chip. I'm gonna get into the UFC chat.
Have a good night, buddy.
Have a good one.
Talk to the rest of you later. Hello, chat, my beauties, my loves, my heart, my soul. Thank you for being so litty city up in this committee tonight. Let me give Abby Blackbird a mod ship. Let's see if I end up regretting that decision. I just made Orson Welles a mod as well because we don't really have any mods up in this piece tonight. I'm kind of shocked at the lack of mod ship. What the fuck? I'm disappointed. Mod squad not showing up. Thank you guys for hanging out on a wonderful Saturday sesh. I hope you enjoyed it. It's always good to have Drew around. So maybe we'll just do something different. Instead of one last rip after the outro, we'll just do one rip now. Huh? Y'all have a fantastic night. Real Talk, Metaphor Messiah. Take us the fuck home.
Fly it in Pacifics, I'll be ripping till I'm gone. I sit back and blaze away like I'm Hakeem Olajuwon. But I guess that's what I need in life.
One more rip anyway? We'll see you after. We're doing one more rip anyway. We'll see you after.
Feel like I'm Alexander's prodigy. Fuck your death threats, them niggas always talking honorary. The Pentagon the same, they trying to mold us in the pottery. But even if I die, my lyrics still a living history. You mean they treat us like we pawns and we listen cause we scared they ain't gon' beef with Genghis Khan? I'm higher than a dinosaur, she Oreo like Baltimore. I taught them what I know, that make me feel like I was Gryffindor. Get your game right, she hot, I call her sunlight. With lips like she's Brad's life, I ask her cause a crash site. But that's the way it is, I guess I play protagonist. This shit will never change, I'ma go out with her. This may be everything I'm dreaming. I wake up, my superstition say the government for scheming. Here we go. This must be everything I'm dreaming. I wake up, my superstition say the government been scheming. Here we go. I roll up, they say the city lights is feeling me. My girl, she super real. She think that ain't nobody cool as me. Fly it in Pacifics, I'll be ripping till I'm gone. I sit back and blaze away like I'm Hakeem Olajuwon. Yeah, da-da-da. Yeah, da-da-da. Hip-hop, I'm real talk. Hip-hop, I'm real talk. Da-da-da.
Good luck, Jay Philly.
Yeah.
Welcome to the new world. You dig?
Oh, we dig. We dig every day. Yeah, we got one more rip in us. One more rip. One more rip. How about the little baby? Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Different show tonight. And I really do want a little bit more diversity in my shows with the co-hosts because the co-hosts are special, you know, and it's been great having everybody hodgepodgey in there and get in when everybody. It's great. I love that. But I want to definitely save that 45 minutes, an hour into it. And then because we were doing that for a while. And then lately it's just everybody going in, and which I don't mind. It's so much fun. But I love shows like this where it has a little bit more of an identity. Like, you know, you're watching Stoner Sess Saturday. You know what you got tonight all over your face, neck, and chest. There are no questions. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Isn't that cute? Make sure you guys are checking out Pawn Nation cards on the Whatnot app. I'm doing a lot of sales there, a lot of really good stuff. I'm in the middle of completely transforming the shop. It's exhausting. I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a fantastic night. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for everybody in the chat. Thank you for subscribed. Dono, you guys are awesome as always. Gute Nacht. She bellows. Good night.